Hello and welcome to Geek-lish, the language of geek culture. I am your host, Tim Aguiar, and joining me is the trooper, Heidi Burbeau. Heidi.
Hi, everybody. I didn't get it.
Oh.
Hey, but you did it one take.
I did. Well, not anymore.
Why?
Because you broke the fourth wall on that one. They're not supposed to know.
It's a podcast. There is no fourth wall.
Technically, aren't we always breaking the fourth wall?
Yeah. Technically, yeah.
Technically.
Yeah. But I still didn't get the trooper.
Yeah, that's a deep cut. It's a Iron Maiden song.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I literally Googled Iron Maiden songs, and I was like, yeah, that's a good one. I was like, The Trooper, yeah, I think people know what The Trooper is. I guess not.
No, and I used to listen to Iron Maiden.
I just wanted to give a shout-out to my buddy Ollie. Sorry.
Hi, Ollie.
There we go. I was kind of waiting for Ollie to do that.
Okay.
Wait, hi, to do that.
I threw you off.
You threw me off because I'm like, she always says, hi, Ollie, and she didn't do this now. Oh, there's she right now. All right. I love you, bub. You're the best. You're the greatest kid ever. I love you. Be good for mama. Good night.
All right, to find more information about the Geek-lish podcast or listen to episodes, you can go to www.geek-lish. We're on Facebook at Geek-lish and on Twitter at Geek_lish. You can also hear our episodes on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, and Blueberry. And there are also other apps that pull from those, so you may find us elsewhere, but those are the main ones that we syndicate on. And what's in the news, Tim?
Well, speaking of Iron Maiden, they're in the news. Apparently, they have some beef with video game developer 3D Realms over the video game entitled Ion Maiden.
Okay.
Yeah, according to the Daily Beast. There's Iron Maiden is suing for $2 million.
That seems excessive.
That's a lot for a name that's kind of similar.
Yeah. Ion Maiden, Iron Maiden.
It's like,
but there's
right.
other similarities.
There is,
sort
and yeah,
of.
we'll get in there. But yeah, so Iron Maiden claims on May 30th, this was when they filed it. They claimed that 3D Realms, known best for, they recently made a Duke Nukem game that did not go over very well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was very terrible. But they aimed, quotations, incredibly blatant trademark infringement at the band with the similarly named video game title, Ion Maiden. The lawsuit alleges that Ion Maiden would cause confusion among consumers. No, it wouldn't.
You know what this sounds like? You know what that sounds like? It sounds like the milk companies when they said you can't call it almond milk because it'll confuse people. I'm pretty sure they know the difference.
I didn't hear that. I never heard that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing that happened?
Yeah.
God damn it, milk.
I know. It's like I'm pretty sure we know the difference.
I want to just say as a person with my own mind, if I was a fan of Iron Maiden and I heard that they thought a video game called Ion Maiden would confuse me, fuck you.
I would be insulted.
Like, I'm not an idiot. I know the difference.
Yeah.
And last I heard, you guys weren't making video games in a while. I mean, they have made a video game, but it's like, oh, we thought it would confuse people. Screw you. We're not that stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of not. It is kind of not.
It's similar enough to where, like, if you read it quickly and you look at it fast, you can be like Iron Maiden, and then but looking at it for longer than 5 seconds, you go, oh, Ion Maiden.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Oh, it's a video game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be like, Iron Maiden, oh man, they made a new video game. This is so sweet. I love their music. Like The Trooper. No. All right. That song I referenced in the beginning that nobody got. I don't. Whatever. So, defendants, Ion Maiden, name is nearly identical to the Iron Maiden trademark in appearance, sound, and overall commercial impression. I don't get that last one. Commercial impression? I don't.
Yeah.
They're making a video game.
I saw the picture that you showed of, and it
even,
didn't.
Yeah, even like the way it looks, Because like in appearance, okay, a lot of words look similar, but when you look at it longer than 5 seconds, you realize it doesn't say Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Now the sound, I get that, because if somebody says we just literally had a 5-minute discussion on Rivendell
Yeah.
versus Rivendale,
Yeah.
and so I can see where people would be confused on if they just heard it.
Right.
Like Ion Maiden, they're making a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, 5 seconds of looking it up and going, oh, it's not Iron Maiden, it's Ion Maiden. So I don't know. There's it's weird. But a portion of the lawsuit reads, defendant also uses the Ion Maiden name to sell merchandise, including shirts and mouse pads.
Okay, it's a video game. That's what they do.
Yeah, they're a video game company. I have a mouse pad for Borderlands on my desk at work.
Yeah.
Video game companies are allowed to sell merchandise related to their video games.
Yeah, that's what they do.
That's how they make extra money,
And that's what people like.
Selling
except from
$20
Bethesda.
loot boxes.
Yeah, except from Bethesda. They don't like their swag.
Yeah, apparently, people don't, Bethesda doesn't really like their audience very well.
Yeah.
Selling $80 bottles of crap rum.
Yeah.
In shitty plastic bottles.
Shitty plastic bottles. But yeah, that's what people look for.
So
they
that
like having
argument,
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so that argument doesn't make any sense. Like,
Yeah.
they're also selling Iron Maiden t-shirts and mouse pads. I'm sorry, Iron Maiden, the band. We didn't realize that you had the market cornered for t-shirts and mouse pads.
Yeah.
I don't understand that argument.
And also,
That's a non-argument.
I know. And I don't think the video game company said, let's call it Ion Maiden so people think it's Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty
make
sure they
sense.
didn't even consider that. They were probably thinking the ion part as the...
Because it's a space futuristic
Yeah.
game and, ion cannons and
Yeah.
ion pulses. Ion is a very simple buzzword for science fiction.
Yeah.
And Maiden, as in there's a woman on the cover.
Yeah.
Ion Maiden.
Yeah.
There you go. But, I mean, yeah, does the name sound vaguely similar? Yes. I'll give you that.
Lots of words sound similar. Lots of names sound similar.
But that's where for me, that's where it ends.
Yeah.
But
Well,
there are other...
yeah.
But the lawsuit also takes the company to task for allegedly naming an Ion Maiden character after band founder Steve Harris and reworked Iron Maiden's iconic logo while also highlighting the fact that the band have their own video game called The Legacy of the Beast. So, like, first, the iconic logo, the skull. I showed you the picture. It's a very generic skull.
Yeah, it's a generic skull.
It's a
But it's a skull.
it's a
And
skull,
Eddie
and the
was-
name is
Yep.
very similar to Steve Harris, and the name is very similar to Iron Maiden. So
Yeah, but
there's all
Steve-
these things that are
Steve Harris, and what was the name of the character?
it's like Stephanie Harrison.
Yeah. It's like the last name is... because the first name starts with an S and the last name happens to be Harris. Geez, I live in a town of how many Manny Cavallos or Silvas or whatever. There's like so many people have the same name or similar names.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's ridiculous to say that's after.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And $2 million. Come on, guys.
Yeah, $2 million. You got to be absolutely kidding. That is so freaking ridiculous. But anyway, but yeah. So, and they also have their own video game, Legacy of the Beast. That game is so old. That game was like 90s, 80s.
Yeah.
And it was a completely different styled video game.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. I think it's a phone game, Legacy of the Beast. I think it's what I looked it up. I think it's a phone game. And
That's not the 90s and 80s then.
No, it's not. Yeah, I got confused. Well, because I was thinking of because Kiss had their own video game,
Yeah.
and that was in like the 90s and 80s.
Nobody is going to get confused by this. I don't understand why they're being so petty.
Yeah,
I mean, these guys are disgustingly rich.
yeah. Legacy of the Beast. It's a brand new game that's out on iOS and Android, and it's like a weird fighting game slash.
Is it space and futuristic?
No,
So it's completely different.
you play as Eddie.
Oh, okay.
And it's a turn-based fantasy RPG. Literally the complete opposite of a science fiction third-person shooter.
So it's not similar at all.
It's not similar whatsoever to what the game is.
Okay.
So the fact that you're making a new video game, I feel like, and the fact that you would even mention, like, and we're also making a video game, it's like, all right, guys.
Yeah.
Is this really $2 million, or do you just want free publicity for your shitty fucking phone game?
Yeah.
Because it's really sounding like you want publicity for your shitty
It sounds a little petty, yeah. It sounds a little petty.
Really
and I like Iron Maiden, but come on, guys.
Yeah, knock it off, Steve Harris.
Yeah, Steve Harris.
He had nothing to do with it. Well, he's got something to do with it. He's got, I think, at least a fourth to do with it. I don't know. But anyway, so here's another excerpt from the lawsuit. That evidence includes the fact that defendant has exhibited its intent to trade off on the Iron Maiden mark by adopting Shelley Harrison, that's the name of the character,
Shelley Harrison,
as
okay.
the name of its main character, which is an attempt to copy the name of Steve Harris. Okay? An Iron Maiden founder and primary songwriter adopting a similar steel-cut font for its Ion Maiden name. Okay. Knowing that Iron Maiden also uses a steel-cut font for its iconic Maiden mark. Creating a video game that has the same look and feel as the Iron Maiden video game. No, it doesn't! It does not have the same look and feel as the Iron Maiden Legacy of the Beast game. Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, but my fear is that a judge is not going to look at that.
Well, probably not.
And I really hope that
I hope the other lawyers will be like,
Yeah.
here's photos of what our game looks like, and here's photos of what their game looks like. They
It's
look nothing similar.
Yeah. I hope that's what they do.
I hope so too. Well, I mean, if they're,
It's calling
they're
it
video
out
game
in the
lawyers,
lawsuit.
I'm sure they were good.
Yeah, and it's calling out in the lawsuit that it
Yeah.
looks the same. They're going to definitely have that as a point.
Yeah. Oh, and using the Iron Maiden yellow bomb emoji as its Ion Maiden video game and merchandise, which is graphically similar to Iron Maiden's Eddie character, who appears in all of Iron Maiden's video games and virtually all of Iron Maiden's compact disc covers, T-shirts, and other merchandise. Oh, all of their video games? All of one of your video games?
Yeah.
But whatever. But it's like, it's a skull. Skull is a skull is a skull. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't really look like Eddie.
No.
But it is a little weird that they would pick a skull for space.
yeah.
That part is, I'm like...
I mean, looking at the company, these are the same guys who made Duke Nukem. I mean, if you know anything about Duke Nukem, it's just like over the top, you know. Duke Nukem is pretty much the poster child for toxic masculinity.
Oh, okay.
So it's very, he's very over the top and, whatever the hell. So it's part of their kind of shtick.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We're gonna put skulls and breasts. Yeah, that's our style. That's their style. Of course they're gonna use a skull.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I don't know enough about them, so if that's what
That's
it
the
is,
other thing
then
too,
that
is that
makes
these are
sense.
like you said though, these are also things that a judge
It's gonna have to look
would
at.
probably not know offhand, and you would hope that your lawyers would be thinking of that and going, can you guys
Yeah.
be lawyers? Make sure we don't have to pay these old fucks $2 million goddamn dollars.
Yeah, that
That'd be
still
great.
seems just really excessive.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money for something so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's happening. So
Wow.
We'll see. We'll see what comes out of that. Hopefully nothing. But
Yeah, hopefully nothing.
well, we'll see.
I'm waiting for you to move on to the next story.
I don't know why. It's not like it's a big story. Oh wait, it is.
It's huge.
This is a massive story. I don't know why the hell we're doing this so early in the podcast, but we are because we're
because-
rebels. Oh.
No, Disney, Netflix. We've talked about them before.
That's true. We have.
And Disney owns Marvel, so
Yeah.
it's all full circle.
That's a good point. But anyway, so like you said, Disney and Netflix and Warner Media, I believe, used to be Warner Brothers. So they have all joined forces under the banner of women's rights.
Yes, productive rights.
Productive rights.
Yep.
Women's productive rights.
Yep.
So and they all objected to the legislation, which would ban abortion after a fetal heartbeat can be detected.
And this is in Georgia specifically.
Specifically the state of Georgia.
Because they recently passed a law.
Yeah.
I believe it's called the 6 weeks.
Right. That's the law that they're referring to.
Right.
The so-called heartbeat bill has caused a furious backlash in Hollywood and led to calls for a boycott.
Yes.
Georgia makes billions of dollars from film and television productions.
Yeah. That's where The Walking Dead is. Or was.
Yeah, Walking Dead is only one of the major productions that happens in Georgia. It is insane how much Georgia makes off of these companies. So the fact that these companies, I think AMC also is like, we're not dealing with this shit either. But I think they're on the Warner Media, but I'm not sure. But anyway, so the state's bill seeks to make abortion illegal as soon as a fetal heartbeat is detectable. In most cases, this is at the 6-week mark of a pregnancy before many women even know that they are pregnant.
Yep.
Which is kind of poopy. It's not great. It is one of a number of states to pass abortion restrictions in the past year, but they are expected to face legal challenges.
Yeah.
So Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, says that the law would make it difficult for the company to keep filming there. Blockbusters like Black Panther and Avengers Endgame were recently shot in the state due to its generous tax breaks for film productions. Mm-hmm. So that's why a lot of companies go to Georgia, because they get all these tax breaks.
And they're willing to put... What's cool is a lot of companies look at the bottom line,
right,
and they look at money as over anything else. And the fact that they're willing to say, okay, we'll go somewhere else where we don't get those tax breaks because this is more important. This is a more important topic. That's saying
amazing. Something.
That's
saying something epically big.
Yeah, that is.
That is, companies like Disney and Netflix are like, listen, we know that working in Georgia or filming in Georgia gives us a huge tax break when filming there, but it's not worth filming there if we're going to alienate our people. This
is very similar to the bathroom law that happened, I believe, in Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
That Pence passed, and then they had to walk it back because everybody was pulling out of there. A big company was going to open a plant there and pulled out.
Yeah, they said.
I think even NASCAR said something about it. Really? It was a huge thing, and they ended up walking it back because they were even people in the towns were saying, look, people are pulling out. We're losing jobs. We're not getting the income. People aren't going to come here for travel. No, this is not helping us. This is not what we wanted. So they ended up walking it back. And I'm thinking that that's going to happen here, but it's going to take a lot longer because abortion is a ginormous topic. And
especially right now.
And the right fights it.
It's
tooth and nail.
It's an insanely huge topic right now.
Yeah.
But so Mr. Iger said, many people who work for us will not want to work there should the law go into effect. We will have to heed their wishes, he told Reuters. So it's really nice to see that they're actually looking at their people and saying, we're not going to film there if the people who work for us don't feel comfortable
Absolutely.
doing it.
To go back to Ohio, the companies that actually were working through there ended up putting a ban where they were saying nobody could travel to Ohio anymore. I think it was in Ohio, I'm pretty sure. And so companies were actually saying no more trips to Ohio for work. They weren't paying for it.
Right.
So it was a huge thing, and it sounds like this is a huge thing because a lot of actors, there's the companies behind it. It's huge.
Yeah. So, so Disney sounds like they are completely out of there, which is great. Warner Media, they're still a little iffy, which is kind of not great. But they said that it would reconsider Georgia if the new law holds, after Netflix announced that it would rethink its production in the state should the law take effect. So, I mean, we know that Netflix, there are certain people who work in Netflix who have completely said, we're not doing it. Mm-hmm. We're not going there anymore. So to see Warner Media is still like, we'll consider. It's
I think they're giving themselves wiggle room.
They are. It's what it sounds like, but it's like...
And honestly, I really respect Disney coming forward and saying we're just not.
Oh yeah,
gonna do it.
Not gonna do it.
But I understand. As much as I don't like the, not passiveness, but the gray area that Warner Media is doing, I understand it from a business perspective.
No, I get it. Yeah,
but
business wise,
they're going to be if what's going to be the telltale is if it goes into effect.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
Right. Yeah. That's when we'll actually see what they'll do. So Netflix said that it would rethink its operations there with Chief Content Officer Ted Sarandis explaining, "We have many women working on productions in Georgia whose rights, along with millions of others, will be severely restricted by this law."
Yep.
So they're also thinking about their people, which is good, which is a good sign. He said the streaming giant would work with the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union, and others to fight it in court, which is cool. That Netflix is actually going, we're going to help you fight it.
Yeah.
So that's huge. So they're not only taking sides, they're
putting their money where their mouth is.
Yeah. They're arming up and getting ready for battle, which is great.
Yeah.
So stars including Amy Schumer, Ben Stiller, Christina Applegate, Laverne Cox, and Alec Baldwin wrote to the governor saying they would do everything in our power to move our industry to a safer state for women. Pretty much telling the governor there that if you don't change it, we're gone.
Yeah, we're done.
We're all gone. And we will do everything in our power to make sure everybody follows us.
This is where you're going to hear a lot of people saying, celebrities should just shut their mouths and do movies. And the thing is these people have platforms. They're still American citizens.
Right.
They still have the right to say how this country's ran. And hey, if I had a platform that big, I'd be using it for things that I believe in.
Yeah, their mouths are practically,
they're a megaphone.
Megaphones. Thank you. Where they can, shout out whatever their thing is.
And they've got power.
Whether you agree with them or not, because there are some actors and actresses that I don't agree with their things. Yeah. But I don't look at them and go, just shut up and act.
No, even the ones I don't agree with. There are actors. There are pretty conservative actors out there that I fundamentally disagree with, but they still have a right to say what they believe in because
this is America.
This is still America as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
and you can say that, so it doesn't matter. But you're going to hear a lot of that rhetoric about them shutting up. I have been seeing
because you know how I like my comments.
I know.
I have to read my comments.
I don't know why you torture yourself.
But a lot of people were saying like good, get out of Georgia, blah blah blah.
Okay.
It's not gonna affect Georgia as much as they think.
Okay, go talk to Ohio, Georgia.
The fact that the beginning of the story that I read, it mentioned that they made $2 billion. Mm-hmm. They make billions of dollars. From the film and TV industry.
Yeah.
If the film and TV industry leaves,
that money goes with them.
They're not going to make billions of dollars anymore. They're going to make zeros of dollars.
Yep.
And then your economy is going to fail. But then people start being like they're the victims. So it's okay for Disney to be bullies now and punish everybody who lives in Georgia.
But you can have a law that punishes women.
But it's okay.
And you're not a bully?
Yeah. Exactly. It's okay for people to stand outside of a clinic with signs shouting things at horrible things at women, and that's not bullying.
Yeah.
Disney saying we're going to defend these people and pull out of this state. Why are you being such a bully to us, Disney? Why are you doing this to us? Poor little Rivendell.
Damn it.
It's gonna always come back now.
Rivendell.
Rivendell. Y'all hobbits, y'all going to Rivendell?
Come on down to Rivendell.
Come on down to Rivendell. I thought we were going to Rivendell. Nope, this is Rivendell.
Rivendell.
You gotta listen to that, Dale. Ain't no elves living here. Shit. Took a wrong turn, Gandalf. I didn't know.
Park. This is not.
This is a trailer. Yeah. This isn't the fucking beautiful city of Rivendell. This is the shitty town of Rivendell.
Back on track.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Heidi. Hey, I would have just kept going.
The one time I reel you in.
Yeah, the one time it was good too. So
Episode 14.
Episode 14. That's right. This is episode 14. Oh, no, I forgot to do the thing for all this. So anyway, Kristen Wiig also confirmed to CNN that her new comedy had pulled out of filming in the state, while the executive producers of a new Amazon show, The Power, said it was no longer scouting for filming locations in Georgia because of the controversial bill.
All right.
So they're halting everything.
The thing is, this is a democracy, and people protest or boycott with their wallets.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
It's the most effective way to do it.
And I'm sorry, Georgia, if you're gonna cry because you are losing all of this. Well, first of all, some of them are saying, go ahead and leave Georgia. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Some are taking that stance, and some are taking
we'll
the
see how you
defensive
feel
stance.
in a year. We'll
Yeah.
see how you feel in a year. But other than that, you're going to sit there and cry about how all this stuff is leaving your state. This is how people boycott. This is how they protest.
Yeah.
When I have a problem with different companies, I don't shop there. I don't eat there. I don't go there. That's how I boycott with my wallet. This is exactly what these companies are doing, and it's not only democratic, but it's also how we run our economy. We put our money into things that we believe in or we need or want, and this is fundamentally telling Georgia we don't want this. We don't need this.
Yeah. But they're not going to listen. So
they eventually will. I
they
think.
eventually will.
Yeah, they'll walk it back eventually.
Yeah. But
It'll be a while.
It'll be a while, but I think they will. Yeah. But Jason Bateman, who stars in the Netflix show Ozark, which is a great show, and HBO's The Outsider, I haven't seen it, which are both currently filming in Georgia, told The Hollywood Reporter, "I will not work in Georgia or any other state that is so disgracefully at odds with women's rights." Good for him.
Thank you, Jason Bateman.
Good for him. So right now we are watching it very carefully, said Bob Iger, Disney CEO, adding he didn't see how it's practical for us to continue to shoot there. Mm-hmm. Which, yeah, because like I said, people will vote for their wallets, and people aren't going to watch. Even if they don't agree with it, it's like on a business stance, let's get the hell out of Georgia.
Plus, if you look at it this way, people that are fundamentally against this law, if they know a show is filming there, they just won't watch the show.
That's another thing too, is that people, that's what I mean, is like if
it trickles.
There's a movie or a TV show that's filmed in Georgia, if it's made by Disney or Netflix or whoever, and you find out about it, I'm not watching that movie. I'm not going to go watch that show. I don't give a shit.
So then the companies invested all this money for nothing.
Right. And millions upon millions of dollars.
It's not a win-win situation for them.
No. So Disney's prospective withdrawal would be a huge blow to the state. Recently, Disney's Marvel Studios filmed portions of both Black Panther and Avengers Endgame in Georgia, which is a huge thing. So Georgia offers up to a 30% tax break.
That's huge.
Yeah. So it has become a magnet. Because of that, they become a magnet for film and TV, employing more than 90,000 people.
That's
huge.
Gonna end.
That's huge. Yeah, and unfortunately, that's going to end. Mm-hmm. So website Film LA analyzed a sample of the 100 top-grossing feature films released at the U.S. box office in 2017 and found Georgia was tied for second place behind California as a location with the UK, each with 15 times in the top 100 of 15 films in the top 100 in 2017. So Georgia, second place, only to California. And how many movies and TV shows are filmed there? That's insane.
That is insane.
Of the 100 movies, they were
all of that.
Second place.
Just even though those statistics and the 30% tax rate, the fact that companies are willing to pull out is ginormous.
30% is a huge percentage.
That's huge.
That's big. Yeah. So kind of more go into the whole location thing. British location manager Steve Mortimer has worked with both Disney and Netflix and scouted for films, including World War Z, the forthcoming Wonder Woman sequel, and Ridley Scott's all the money in the world. He told BBC the clash over Georgia's abortion law could have massive ramifications.
It will.
Massive. Aside from Georgia's generous tax breaks for filmmakers, 30%. That's huge. That's so huge.
That's so huge.
It's big. Biggest tax breaks. They have trained so many people to work in the industry, and so many experts have moved there who will now have to move away again.
Oh, wow.
Speaking about Disney and Netflix threats to pull out of Georgia entirely, he told the BBC, I'd be surprised if they went ahead and pulled out unless they had a plan B or C.
Yeah.
So he's kind of, it sounds like he's kind of calling their bluff. They're like, unless they have a B and C location that they're planning on shooting from, I don't think they're going to pull out. But I don't know.
I don't know. I think these companies are savvy enough to make sure that they do have B and C locations just because of weather, natural disasters.
Yeah, you have to have
a backup.
Yeah, you have to have a backup for those kinds of things, because you never know. You never know what the hell's going to happen. Those big movies, those big Marvel movies specifically, they need 100,000 to 150,000 square foot sound stages with all the facilities, and apparently they're limited. And Europe is fully booked, and because there isn't anywhere else in Europe to film, because they are fully booked on all these movies and TV shows.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's an opportunity for somewhere else. He said maybe LA can step in. They have huge TV productions, but it's a chance to stick their flags in the sand and say that they are a major hub for movies again, which they lost to London, because I guess London was they're a big place for that. So recent productions based in Georgia include Godzilla King of the Monsters, which is a brand new movie that just came out, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, Black Panther, Pitch Perfect 3, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, Spider-Man Homecoming,
oh shit,
Stranger Things, Ozark, and The Walking Dead.
Those are huge titles.
Major titles.
Yep.
And there's a lot of Disney and Netflix in there.
Yep.
And those, you're not going to get big names like that in Georgia anymore if this bill passes and they continue to keep it there.
And honestly,
it's not going to happen.
People can try to call their bluffs all they want, but these huge companies, I don't think that they're bluffing. I don't think they play that game.
I don't think so either.
I really don't. I would be really surprised.
Yeah.
They're taking care of their people.
Yeah, which is good. Which is great to see such a major company say, the tax break is awesome.
But we're going to take care of
But we're going to take care of the people we work for, who work for us.
Yep.
Because they matter more, which is huge, considering not a lot of companies take care of their people.
Yes. And the next story is that same thing.
It's all about taking care of your people.
Taking care of your people.
Taking care of business and your people. Okay. Now we can't get sued.
Yeah. Good job.
I sang it wrong.
Good. Yep.
And also the tone was off because I'm not a good singer. But whatever.
You do accents.
I do accents.
That's more than a lot of people.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Shut up. Just go.
All right. So Warhammer creator Games Workshop. Warhammer. It's a huge tabletop game. Games Workshop. Huge name in the tabletop industry. They has shared out a £5 million, because they're based in Europe, pound bonus to its employees after the company reported a 15% rise in sales.
Okay, so they shared the bonus with their employees.
They certainly did.
Holy cow.
Yep. Shares in the fantasy miniature firm headquartered in Lenton, probably in England, also jumped as the company announced sales for the year to June 2nd were approximately £254 million. Last year's figure was $219.9 million. So they went up a good percentage.
Yeah.
Probably that 15%.
Right.
It's probably the math there. But group pre-tax profits has also stood at more than $80 million for the year, according to an update to the London Stock Exchange, up from $74.5 million. In response to the figures, the company paid out more than £2,500 to all of its employees.
Wow.
Saying, as in the prior year, in recognition of our staff's contribution to these results, we paid during the year profit share bonus amounting in total to £5 million. So
that's huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
$2,500 or pounds, whatever, is a huge bonus.
Yeah.
For anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, a lot of people are happy if they get like $50.
I know, yeah. And the best part is that these were paid on an equal basis to each member of staff.
See,
so no matter how low you were or how high you were, you got $2,500.
That is amazing because I don't know how often that happens.
No, and that's a huge boon for the guys on the floor doing the heavy lifting and the big work and being like, holy shit, because this
we're
company,
valued
because,
just like anybody else.
And it shows, and they showed them that we got a bonus, but so did the guys in the office, but we all got the same bonus.
That
builds
such a great morale.
That's because I want to work for this company.
I know, right?
I want to fly to Linton and be like, can I work for you guys? I don't need the bonus. I just
treat
want to
everybody
be appreciated.
Equally.
Yeah.
They treat everybody equally.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So in its second consecutive year, the Fantasy Games Group has provided the payout to staff after it doubled its profits in 2018. So this isn't the first time they've done this.
Oh, wow.
They've done this in the past.
Oh.
So this
is just what they do.
This is just something they do.
That's pretty amazing.
How awesome is that?
That is pretty awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So, during the year, Games Workshop also received royalties from licensing of approximately $11 million. So even that's they're getting stuff from that. So the news has come as a number of investment projects at the company's Nottingham headquarters continue to take place. Nottingham City Council has already approved plans for a new warehouse and production facilities and a 4-story office building at its base in Willow Lane. So that means there's openings.
Oh,
time to fly.
Time to fly.
Get my plane ticket ready. Get over there.
That's
so awesome.
Yeah, that is really amazing.
That's how a company should treat its people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know how much more productive those people are when they're treated like that? When you treat your employees well,
and it shows because
and respect them,
first
of all,
gonna want to work for you,
and you have less accidents. Safety is so much better because people aren't.
There's a psychology behind there where now people are happier. They instinctively want to be more careful.
Yeah.
Because they're happier where they are.
Yep.
They don't want to hurt themselves. They don't want to see anybody else hurt. They don't want to see the company hurt as a product to somebody getting hurt. There's, and it obviously shows because the prior year they did the same thing. They split the bonus up amongst everybody in the company, and clearly it worked because they're up 15% from last year as a company.
Yeah.
So that's a huge thank you to the people that work for you to say, hey, you guys did this. Here's your share.
Absolutely.
Because we're all part of it. It's your job. You get a paycheck. Yeah, I get that. I completely understand that. But when a company does so well and they jump up 15% in the stocks, that's because of something I may have done.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
they didn't do it on their own.
Even if it's just, hey, we're all having a meeting, we want to thank everybody for the hard work. We are up 15%. You guys are awesome. We're going to give you guys a big lunch or a big dinner. That's a way to show appreciation, even without having to give everybody $2,500.
Well, and I think a lot of times that's what people. I think sometimes, that's what people do. I know. Yeah. I worked for when I worked in foreclosures, which is such a depressing job, but I worked in it for like 2 or 3 years for a wonderful man, and he gave us all our bonus was equal to a month's wage.
Wow.
So, everybody got something different.
Yeah.
But I got a bonus that was and I was just like, wow, I'd never gotten that, but something like that before. But we were the second biggest group or team in California and on the West Coast in general. And he made so much money. He's like, I have to share this. You guys are my team.
Awesome.
You made this happen.
That's awesome.
And that was the last time that ever happened. But unfortunately, but it made me want to work harder for him, and
right.
It made me love going to work.
Yeah,
and
because now you work for somebody who appreciates you,
exactly.
And because of that, you feel the love.
You feel invested too,
right? Yeah,
which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, we used to do that as well before. I mean, years ago, before I even joined the company we're at now, the original owner.
I heard
they used to be like fruit baskets with bottles of wine and a bonus and a pay bonus.
Yep.
And it's like
those days are gone.
Those days are gone. Long gone. But anyway, but I mean, not all CEOs can be that good.
No, a lot of them are asshats.
Asshats?
Yes.
Asshats, you say?
I did say.
What is that? It's the asshat of the week. So
that's just going to be our sound. You're going to have to do that every time.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's the asshat of the week. I love it.
And who is?
Can we have Lou do that? I want Lou to do the asshat of the week one year.
Yeah, well, I'll record him.
Record him doing it, being like, the asshat of the week.
I'll have to record him a few times like we did when we did
I would love to.
Okay.
God, that would be so fun just to have that was Robot Lou. Thanks, Robot Lou, for the asshat of the week. But yeah, so asshat of the week.
Who is our asshat of the week?
Is the man himself, Randy Pitchford, CEO of Gearbox Software.
Oh, Randy's back.
Oh, he's at it again.
Well,
that kooky kid. What a card.
What a card
that guy is. I am an 80-year-old man.
Jinkies, you are.
Jeez. All right, Eddie. It's ruined the moment.
Damn it,
I'm just
Tim.
Zoinks! There we go. Now we're on the same page.
All right.
But so he's caused a number of controversies.
Yeah.
As we know.
Yep.
We talked about those before.
Yep.
Through social media.
He was either on the last episode or the one before that.
He was, yes.
Yep.
I mean, as we all know as well, Gearbox Software is making the new Borderlands 3 game. And they are in trouble. Because he can't shut up and stop doing stupid things. I swear to God, the people working there must be like, stop fucking tweeting!
Yeah.
I feel like people working for that game company have the same daily thought as people who work for the president.
Yeah, I know.
Just stop tweeting things.
Stop tweeting.
What are you doing? Put the phone down. You're costing us money. But anyway, so particularly on Twitter, where he has trash-talked gaming publications, aired dirty laundry between himself and former employees, and other such stupidities.
Childish
stupidities.
Yep.
But in his latest social media disaster,
God,
Pitchford shared a cat video. A cat video? Yes, a cat video.
Which you would think a cat video. That sounds adorable.
What would be wrong with a cat video?
Yeah, what would be wrong?
Well, I'll tell you what would be wrong with a cat video. Putting that cat together with a crab in a death match type of situation.
What a fucking
so he showed a
idiot.
kitten. He showed a kitten being attacked by a crab, and apparently the crab actually did get a hold of the kitten's paw slightly, but it was able to get crabs, those fucking animals with massive chomping claws.
Yeah, that's how they cut things and break things up.
Yeah, I don't know if the listeners out there know what crabs are.
Yeah.
But
what they look like.
They're kind of frightening. They have two massive claws, and I don't know if you know what a kitten looks like.
Yeah, but
they
soft
don't.
and squishy.
They don't have massive claws. No. They have the soft, especially.
And a crab comes with armor, so even the claws of the cat.
Literally born with armor,
yeah.
And a cat is squishy and furry and just not.
Yeah.
Are they assholes? Yes.
Hence, Frankie sitting right over there.
Yeah.
The studio asshole.
The studio. Asshat of the week. It's not Frankie. It'll never be Frankie.
No.
But so Pitchford shared the cat video on Twitter, where it was posted by Daily Kitten. Yeah, reposted by Brave Animal. What the hell were you guys thinking?
Ugh.
I don't know these pages. I don't know if these pages are ironically named this, or if they legitimately like animal photos.
Or maybe they were posting it to show how much of an asshat he is.
Oh, you know what? That's a good point.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I can see them going, look at this video this moron put up.
Yeah.
I can see that. To post more awareness.
Yes.
I can.
Yeah.
All right. That was then. I'm sorry, Daily Kitten and Brave Animal, if that is what you did. If not, fuck you. You're part of the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
So whichever,
Coin.
if you take
side of the coin.
offense to anything I'm saying, you're an asshole.
Yeah, you're the problem.
You're a part of the problem. But so in the now removed video, I searched and scoured the internet.
I'm surprised
I could not find this video.
I'm surprised somebody didn't download it that you could see it.
You would. Oh God, you know what? That's surprising that
Yeah.
somebody didn't download it and just start posting it everywhere on like the internet and go, look what Randy Pitchford did.
Yeah.
Nobody did it, which is
Yeah.
surprising to me.
Yeah.
This video is celebrity nudes aren't this easy to get rid of on the internet.
I know, right?
But this video,
Maybe because it wasn't
completely
as
gone.
big of a thing. Like celebrity nudes are like
That's
everybody's.
true. Yeah, this is just a cat being attacked by a crab.
Yeah. But I don't want to see the cat and the crab. That just would piss me off, and I'd be like, "What the fuck is he thinking?"
I could only find like the image of the video,
oh,
and it was just like the cat, and the camera is literally like right above the cat and crab. Like you're getting an aerial view. You're getting the best view possible.
and whose kitten is this?
I have no idea.
God, I hope he doesn't have a kitten he does this to.
Well, if he doesn't anymore, because that kitten was eaten by a bunch of crabs.
No.
So I'm just Jesus, Heidi. God, I'm just joking.
Well, you can't say that. Makes me sad.
All right, I'm sorry. You know that
Jerk.
crab was eaten.
Poor crab.
I'm sure it was tasty. It appears to show a crab and a kitten put in a situation where they would attack each other so that someone could film it, as opposed to naturally coming across one another in the world.
Because that would not happen.
Yeah. I mean, jeez.
That's ridiculous.
The crab ends up pinching the kitten, who cries out in pain and thrashes around wildly. It's a shitty fucking video.
Yeah.
So this is, oh my God, this is what he tweeted.
Ugh. It's exhausting. It's exhaustingly
It is, yeah.
ignorant.
So Pitchford said of the video, yet among the negative reactions I felt watching this, there's also some other stuff that isn't exactly negative. This makes me curious about how other people react. What?
He is a psychopath.
That doesn't
I'm
make any
sorry.
sense. Yeah.
But what?
I don't get it. As expected, many on social media have not responded well to Pitchford sharing the video, and many have found his explanation disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, numerous replies to Pitchford's tweet call for him to seek some kind of mental health counseling.
Yeah.
And many others mock him for his seemingly endless social media controversies. He doesn't know when to stop. Yeah. Unfortunately, for those at Gearbox Software, Pitchford's behavior appears to be reflecting poorly on Borderlands 3. This game comes out in September.
Yeah, it's not going to come out
It's
very
not
well.
going to do well.
No.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
On Twitter and various gaming forums, people are promising to not buy Borderlands 3 now as a way to protest Pitchford. What do we say?
People boycott with their wallets.
Yeah, speak with your wallet.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Pitchford has yet to delete his controversial tweet and has not responded to the backlash surrounding the disturbing cat video because he's a moron who needs mental health.
But this is the guy
Who
that
needs mental health?
he needs. On a serious note, he has an issue.
Yeah.
The man should not have anything scared for them. He really. You're not a scientist to be going and doing any kind of. I'm curious about this. There's things I'm curious about, but guess what? I'm not a professional in that kind of industry. I'm not going to go out and just do something to see how it works out.
Yeah.
And a cat never There is an island of cats.
Oh yeah.
Not an island necessarily. I think there's an island too, but I think like in Japan or something, there's this town that's like all these cats.
Yeah, it's all stray
that
cats.
live right by where all the fish come in, and the fishermen give them food and stuff like.
Yeah.
And maybe
they interact with a crab.
That could be maybe, but
I'm sure they know. Like I'm sure in that situation, it's a natural situation where if a cat did interact with the crab, because there's going to be one that's like, what the hell is this? Give it a couple of pats. When the crab moves,
it's going to run off.
The cat will run away, or there will be that one stupid cat who needs to get pinched, you know what I mean, in order for him to learn the lesson that these things are dangerous. But that's a rare instance, and like on an island like that, it's probably not as rare as we think.
Yeah.
But it's a natural. If it's a natural occurrence, it's because those cats are now wild cats.
Yeah.
And they're interacting with wild crabs. They're probably going to the shoreline to get food from the fishermen.
Yeah.
Or to try to grab fish from the ocean.
Yeah.
Of course, there are going to be crabs there because crabs like to eat dead fish.
Yeah.
So of course they're going to be around. And of course you'll probably see a cat eating a dead crab.
Yeah.
So, they're obviously interacting in certain ways.
But that is that specific situation.
Yeah, but that's that very specific, isolated situation where that happens.
And the cats can get away.
Yeah, and the cats can easily get away. This was a kitten in what looks like a kitchen on the floor placed next to a crab, which it's probably never seen before.
Yeah.
And is like, what the fuck is this thing?
Yeah.
And the crab is thinking the same thing, like, what the hell is this?
Or it's thinking lunch.
Yeah, or whatever. But it's like, because again, I like my comments, so I went into the comments, and I saw a lot of stupid comments.
Of course,
I saw a lot of comments of, "Oh well, if this happens in the wild, are we going to flip out?" No, but this didn't happen in the wild. This was a man-made situation.
Yeah,
this isn't in the wild. If in the wild, a lion eats a gazelle.
Yeah.
In the wild to eat. If you're at a zoo and you see them, bringing in a live gazelle into a lion enclosure, that's a little fucked up.
Yeah.
Because now it's no longer, that lion is in an enclosure. It doesn't need to hunt for its food anymore. So what you're showing us is just bloodlust.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do that. You just had to bring in the plate of meat, and the lion would have been fine because that's what it's been raised on.
Yeah.
But the lion in the wild clearly needs to hunt its prey to survive. When I watch National Geographic and I see those types of things, it doesn't bother me because these are wild animals. This is in a wild situation. It sucks for that moose or it sucks for that gazelle or whatever the hell, but that's life for these animals, as frightening as it is. But I don't then go watch dogfighting videos.
No.
Because they're not the fucking same.
No. This was a staged incident. It's an artificial environment that's not even a relevant argument. But those people that make that argument are just as ignorant as he is for posting that video. Yeah. Because this was clearly animal abuse on both the crab and the kitten. Yeah. Leave the kitten alone. If you're going to eat the crab, don't fucking torture it. Just do whatever you're going to do with it.
Just throw it in the pot, leave it alone.
And stop. Stop posting this shit. He's supposed to be a CEO running a company, not posting on. Like, how do you go on there and talk about other companies?
Yeah, he is going to single-handedly ruin the sales of this video game.
And then he's going to blame them.
Oh, he's going to blame it on everybody but him.
Yep.
He is going to blame it on everybody but him.
You know how I know that? Just from the comment he made about the loot boxes. There's no loot boxes or there's no.
You guys took that out of context. You guys are really screwing me here.
Yeah,
we're not. We're telling the truth. Of what you said.
You specifically said there were
no microtransactions.
No microtransactions.
You said zero microtransactions.
But I meant
no loot boxes.
Yeah.
No, you said no microtransactions.
Yeah.
What I thought you meant was no microtransactions.
Yeah.
But we're selling clothes and cosmetic items. That's a microtransaction, dude. Anything after the video game is released is a micro purchase.
Yep.
I.e. microtransaction.
Yeah.
Which is something you said wasn't in there.
But he acted like a big baby about that.
Oh, he acted like a huge baby.
Being an adult and saying, yep, you know what? I should have said blah, 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 and I didn't. And why?
Yeah, you guys are
is he
absolutely right.
still the CEO?
I honestly, if this game, if it tanks and the sales for Borderlands 3 is garbage compared to the other ones, I would be very surprised if they don't fire him as CEO.
I hope they do.
I would be very surprised if they didn't. Because, like I just said, Gearbox Studios itself, they're in a lot of trouble because of what this idiot is saying. Because a lot of people on the internet, yeah, sure, it's the internet. How many people is really a lot of people? But a lot of these people on the internet are saying, I'm not going to buy this game now.
Yeah.
I'm no longer buying this game because of what Randy Pitchford is. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's a potential abuser to his coworkers. Potential. I don't know the actual. I don't know.
Yeah,
the
we didn't see the actual.
I didn't see the videos.
Incidents.
I didn't see anything. But potentially, he's that. He's clearly a child when it comes to the media.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to news media about his video games.
Absolutely.
He's a fucking liar to games media because there has been instances where he's said certain things about video games and it's like, no, that is not at all what we're getting.
Yep.
Aliens, Colonial Marines, completely lied about how that game was going to work.
So this is a systemic issue with him.
Oh, this has been happening with him. There is a YouTuber called Jim Sterling that he has no qualms of telling people when you fuck up.
Yep.
And Randy Pitchford, has gone on interviews, hasn't said clearly that he's talking about Jim Sterling, but he has said things that Jim Sterling has said, and then reiterated on like how that person is pathetic and he's just an internet troll and all these things. Like in a
you
professional,
mean like an epic loser?
Yeah, in a professional interview with a games journalist, you're still going to childishly attack a YouTuber for calling you out on bullshit. What the ever-loving fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And you're, as you said, Heidi, a CEO of a major video game company.
Yeah. What the hell?
Guys, shareholders, people who invest in this company,
do something.
Rethink who is your CEO, get rid of him, and maybe if they get rid of him before Borderlands 3 is released, that sales skyrocket. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I can guarantee it.
Yep.
Because right now, it'll do either average or mediocre. Or below mediocre at this point. Because there will still be people who buy the game.
Yeah, and part of me, I get torn because part of me is like, oh, I wish it would tank just to prove a point. But it's like, oh, these people worked on it. That's what I mean. Like, I feel bad.
I feel super horrible for Gearbox. Because, like we talked about in the last story, with the company who makes Warhammer, they took care of their people. This guy is shitting all over his employees.
Yeah. It's all about him.
By doing these types of things, he is being very selfish.
Yep.
And he's shitting all over his employees by saying, I don't care about their benefits and about how it affects them. I'm just going to do what I do, and that's it. And it's like, dude, you can't do that.
Yep.
Because it's going to affect everybody. And your game isn't going to sell. Going to sell, sorry.
Yeah.
And that's why he is our Asshat of the week.
Awesome.
I love that that's our new thing.
I know. I do too.
It was a great idea on your end.
Thank you. Thank you. I come up with good ones sometimes.
Yeah. You do.
I also wanted to kind of do a shout out to, we've got some listeners from around the world.
That's right.
We got some in Germany,
we got
Australia,
some in Australia, Ireland. We got one in Canada.
Yeah. So that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think we have one in England.
Yes, we do have one in England
as well. And it's like, guys, if you're listening to this, I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
You
that
guys
rocks.
are awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
We have our U.S. people.
Yeah, we have our U.S. people as well.
Yep.
I'm not, diminishing them.
Yep.
Thanks everybody who listens.
Yeah, well,
we really
thank you for
appreciate
supporting
it.
us. We really
Thank you for
appreciate
supporting
it.
But I mean, the fact that we're reaching other countries
Yeah.
is mind-boggling.
I know. It's
really cool.
I go
it's
on there
really
and check
great,
it. I get so stoked. I'm
It's
like,
yeah.
this is
Whenever
so
you tell me, it's
amazing.
like, we got 1 or 2 in like Germany and in Ireland. It's like, what? Who the hell's listening to us in Germany?
I don't know, but it's
Crazy.
I know.
I love it. So yeah, great. I mean,
Thank you.
thank you very much. It's greatly humbling to even know that people in other countries are listening to me prattle on about stupid shit like this. You know what I mean? It's like I'm in a basement talking about video games and movies, and there are people in other countries who are just like, I like what this guy has to say.
It's pretty entertaining.
It's pretty exciting. It's like, oh, great. I really appreciate you guys.
That's
Thank
pretty
you.
awesome. Yeah, so
Please
thank
tell
you
your
for
friends.
that. Yeah, please. Thank you guys. And for more information about the podcast or listening to episodes online or offline, you can go to www.geek-lish. We have a Facebook page, Geek-lish, and Twitter at Geek_lish. And we're on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Blueberry, and I think I left
bunch of
somebody
other
out.
things.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of other
And
things.
we've got swag, people.
Yeah, we got a few
We
things.
got a few things on swag, so go to redbubble.com and check out our swag under Geek-lish, and you will find some of our stuff on there. We'll get more up, hopefully very soon, and I think that's it for us.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys, and we will talk to you next time.
Yep. Stay nerdy.
Bye.
Bye.